Before I knew how to make games, I was always trying to find a way to make them because I didn't know how they were made. But essentially, once I was in high school taking programming classes, I was like, well, now, I want to actually learn how to make these things. And I was into art as a kid, so I wanted to be able to make it by myself without, this is a trend throughout all of my history of making games. I want to be able to have complete control over how it looks visually, and then how it plays. And so being able to program, make music, and make art allowed me to just make complete stuff. But my first game was in high school, and it was called Intrepid, and it was made with PHP. We made 3 prototypes. The second one, made it look like a fighting game, and instead of rock, paper, scissors, it said light punch, heavy punch, kick, Hadouken. The game development club, I started with a game called Fight Night. So I joined the club, and then we had a team of 12 people, right away. The process of making that game, we lost every team member except for 3 people, which is me, Carl, and Steve. For beginners, you should always only have at most 2 to 4 people working on a game. The 3 is the sweet spot. Yeah, so Cocoon, this was the first game that I wanted to have a finished game. I didn't want to get some prototype. I have a lot of prototypes under my belt that are actually well polished, but I was I want to make a game that's kind of feature complete, and I can just send it out there. Somebody can pick it up and play it, and I don't have to your game isn't complete if you put it in front of somebody that's even played games before. Ideally, you want somebody who's never played games before. But if you put your game in front of them and they just pick it up and they mess around and they figure out how to play it, then your game's done. Or your game is feature complete, and you just walk away. But the inspiration for this was I love Towerfall, and I'd love to make that into some tropical game where you just enjoy the beach and the way it looks. So I was I implemented spear throwing and picking them up. So with Botshot, I was I want to mess around and make just a game where you shoot with a pistol. And then I'm okay, this is really fun. Now I want to try and do two-handed weapons. And then I'm okay, well, how do I move? And then once I got I started ironing that out, I decided I was going to make that Botshot, which was going to be a stealth shooter. But yeah, once I finished that prototype, I needed to pay rent again, so I started working at a VR job at the mall, but now I'm going to go work contracting for Google Daydream. But when I was at the Google Play Fair, that was one of the best events because there are so many people interested in playing all these indie games, and they gave you the time of day, and I just put my game there. And when I love to walk away and come back and see people smiling and laughing and playing my game with 3 other friends or something. That's kind of what I live for in making these games. Is making people happy and having fun. My name is Chaz Acheronti. I'm a computer science graduate, a game developer. I use Unity 3D. I make VR games and game dev.